A live look at Whitecap Beach near Bob Hall Pier in Corpus Christi. Look at that. The camera is shaking and the tide is high. This is tropical storm, now a hurricane. Hanna moves in.
The Coast Guard is reminding boaters stay out of the water as Hanna gets closer, saying it's limited or they might not even be able to get to you if they need to rescue you if you're out there at the height of a storm. Large boats should have already been moved to an inland marina, and boats that stay in the water should be properly secured so small items don't break loose. Rain bands from Hanna could impact our area all weekend long with rain. We've been talking about it.
ABC 13's Micah Hatfield joins us live now with a check of what she's seeing in Galveston. Micah, how are things looking out there? It looks a little dark behind you.
It is very dark. We've seen the weather really shift since we've been out here. We saw a beautiful sunset this morning, and now clouds over Galveston. It's actually starting to rain a little bit right now. The wind has really picked up. The storm surge has really made it impossible to be on the actual beach unless you want to be in the water. There's really no sand to speak of that's visible at this point. Pretty empty out here right now, which is a good thing, because if you can see the waves out of our camera, out of the front of our live truck, you see how choppy and how rough those seas are. It'd be very dangerous to get in the ocean right now. But like I said, the storm surge has really pushed people off of the beach, and there are some people who are up here right off of the street who are taking pictures and watching the storm roll through. But we know that Galveston and Brazoria County Office of Emergency Management, at last check, they had not yet been activated, but they said they are monitoring this storm as it moves through. We do know that put sandbags outside, trying to avoid any possible flooding as this storm moves in, and we're going to be down here tracking it all morning, and we'll always bring you the latest. In Galveston, Micah Hatfield, ABC 13 Eyewitness News.
Thanks, Micah. People in Corpus Christi aren't taking chances. The National Weather Service issued a warning of a, quote, life-threatening storm surge, and people lined up to fill those sandbags. That was warnings including the areas of Corpus Christi, Rockport, but also Port Lavaca.
Southwest of Corpus Christi, a voluntary evacuation was issued for Kingsville. People in low-lying areas were warned to prepare for intensive flooding. Cleburne County also created a COVID-19 chill zone to help seniors stay cool in the event of a long-term power outage.
We really didn't need this storm because we're already in the middle of this pandemic. And so we must be cognizant of the fact that we do have a storm bearing down on us. It's going to impact everybody. But we cannot forget that we're in the middle of this pandemic, and we all have to do our part.
A lot going on for sure. Well, yesterday, Kingsville residents were given access to sand so that they could bag it up themselves and try and protect their property.
Hurricane Hanna is not the only storm in the Gulf, and it won't be the last. And with COVID-19 preparing for storms, it's going to look a whole lot different this year. You'll want to stock up on the usuals like bottled water, a 3-day supply of food for your entire family, and medicine. And you may already have those in your hurricane kit. So what do you need to add? Gloves, masks, disinfecting wipes, and hand sanitizer. These items won't just help you at home, they'll also be helpful if you've got to go to a public shelter. Right now on ABC13.com, you can find more helpful tips on how to prepare for storms yourself, for your family, and even your pets. We know you have so many questions out there about the back-to-school plans that will impact your families.
Yeah, indeed, and we are going to address those concerns next week with Action 13 virtual town halls called COVID-19 and Our Schools. On Wednesday, ABC 13 anchor Gina Gaston will speak with the superintendents of Houston and Aldine ISDs, along with local health officials and the Texas Teachers Union president.
And then on Thursday, ABC 13 anchor Eric Barajas will lead a discussion with the superintendents from Fort Bend, Clear Creek, and Alief school districts, and the Texas Teacher Union president. You can go to ABC13.com or check out our news app right now to submit your questions.
All right, now we have Hurricane Hanna, first named Atlantic storm in the Gulf and in the Atlantic, first named hurricane of the season. There it is, Category 1 storm, pressure down to 982 millibars. It will make landfall late today along the southern Texas coast. Tropical storm warnings and now even hurricane warnings have extended up into our region. So we'll have to talk about this much more all throughout the day, but the latest track does continue it to the south and west. Now for us, a tornado risk is increasing on the northern sides of this, and a tornado watch may be needed. Still one small tornado warning ongoing far western Fort Bend and Wharton counties. You can see it there. Looks like we have rain bands trying to come ashore. We'll have to track this all throughout the day. More rain on the way tomorrow. All in all, I think chances of rain today, tomorrow are very high. Always stay tuned to abc13.com/tropical update for the latest information every 2 to 3 hours.